What is up, YouTube? We are doing a video today showing off my Nintendo 64 collection as of January 2023. So honestly, if I would have made this video a few months ago, you guys would have probably only seen about 3 games because I did not have very many N64 games, and over time I'd actually gotten rid of a lot of them because once I got my Retro Pi and I was able to play with like a PlayStation controller, a PS3 controller, and modding certain stuff so I could play original N64 games with like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. I never really looked back. It wasn't until a month or so ago that I got a huge video game pickup, which you guys have probably already seen, and I really beefed up that N64 collection so much that I can actually do a video showcasing it. So I hope you guys enjoy this quick video showcasing my N64 games. And just a heads up that over time, I will show this off first. I am actually going to be picking up, and we'll show this game too. So I have N64 replacement case for Mario Kart. So these are really nice, guys. You can get these off Etsy and stuff. But I don't like having loose games like these floating around, especially some of these that are actually kind of valuable that you will see. So I am picking up some of these to put them on, and I'm also getting some manuals and stuff soon to put in there. But these are really cool that you can get these off Etsy, and I think you can either get vertical or horizontal ones. So I think I have them set like this. So yes, you can put them up in your shelf as displayed like this, so you can actually see what the game is. Because as everybody knows, if they're shitting on the shelf like this, I can't tongue twister. You can't even see what the game is. So this way it's nice, protects the game, and you can actually see them, and they're really cool. Ooh. So I actually had one from a while back, which is game number 2 here. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. I actually had the manual and stuff in here, which is cool. But I purchased this. It's a nice minty little copy. But like I said, just having something to protect these so the games are not floating around. And I can't close it now. I look like a real genius. Alright, so yeah, Star Wars, so Mario Kart 64, Shadows of the Empire, the 2 games we showcased so far. We have a copy of Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Honestly, one of probably the best Star Wars game on the N64. If you guys have not played this, you need to. Not very expensive. I would definitely put this in like my $100 challenge for N64. Very cheap game and very fun. So we're just kind of going to jump around here a little bit to showcase different ones. But we have a copy of Mario Golf. This was the time and age started becoming with the Super Nintendo, and later on, mostly with the N64, that Mario started butting his head in the other franchises. So at first when I seen this, Mario Golf, I remember my dad was actually, didn't really play video games much growing up, but he did like playing golf games and stuff. So like Cyber Tiger, Mario Golf, and some other games, especially on the NES and stuff, he did come along and play with. So Mario Golf, and of course you can't have an N64 without Super Mario 64. Don't really need to speak too much of this. I have played this on so many different games. I really love playing this on the Switch. And my son Anakin, actually, he's 5 years old. He really loves playing it too, so that's always fun. And probably one of the best, this is probably the best version, but we have a copy of Star Fox 64. Now, I remember growing up and playing this at my buddy's house because I didn't have an N64. And we were at, I think, his grandma's over the weekend. And we sat there one Saturday and played from start to finish, all the way to the end of this, several different times to try and beat the main boss at the end, the big monkey head and stuff like that. It was really insane. Alright, next we have the whole collection of Turok. So we have the first Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter. We have Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. I think this was the one when they introduced the glaive, which reminded me a lot of that weapon from, I can't remember that famous movie. Was it Crawl or Cole or something like that you could throw and stuff? It was really cool. The next 2 I really don't know too much about. We have a copy of Turok 3, which is actually getting kind of valuable nowadays. These other Turok games are maybe like anywhere from $8 to $15 worth. And I want to say Turok 3 was going for around 25 to 30 bucks. But you can't, I mean, look at that cover. That is an amazing cover right there. And I don't know if you guys have actually played the Turok games for that came out for Xbox and stuff like that. Now, they re-released Turok 1 on the Xbox One so you could actually use an Xbox controller, and it runs, and it's amazing. And it's so much better than the old classic controls. And then we also have a copy of Turok Rage Wars. Which Turok game is your favorite? Make sure you guys comment below. Alright, so let's go through some more. And we were talking about Mario Golf, and of course we can't talk about golf without tennis. So, surprisingly, this game is very fun. I didn't really ever play it on the N64, but when they released all those N64 games for Switch, this is one of the cool copies. This is one of the copies that I picked up and played, and it's fun. Like, me and my son played it for a little while, got used to it, and it's kind of hard. I mean, it's playing a game like that you never played before. Okay, moving on. So this was a surprise fun game too. Once again, this is on the Switch, but we have a copy of Yoshi's Story. Very much like Super Mario World 2 that came out on the Super Nintendo. You are in a time when all other games were going 3D. This one stuck it out and kept the 2D premise. Surprisingly good game. I still need to play through it a little bit more, but what I have played of it has been very fun. So everybody's always talking about Mario Kart this, Mario Kart that, blah, 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 blah. But I remember this coming out, Diddy Kong Racing, and being a surprisingly cool game. It started off being very awesome from the beginning. You actually had an open world concept where you could drive around and pick your courses and your racing and everything like that. Unlike Mario 64, where it was just pick what heat or what trophy area you wanted to be into, whether it be Mushroom Cup and stuff like that. But this one you can actually drive around, and it had bosses, which was never seen before. And to this day, I've never beat the final boss, which is dang near impossible, guys. And as you can see, most of these were picked up in that pickup video I was just talking about, and they're very clean games. And I've cleaned some of them too to kind of spruce them up. But we talked about it already with Mario Party. Now I've told you that Mario Party 2 is one of my favorites. And I have a copy of Mario Party 2. I do not have any of the other Mario Parties on N64 as of yet. I'm definitely looking for them. I mistakenly, dumb me, sold the first one because I wanted money to buy some other stuff. But Mario Party 2 is amazing. I have it on my Wii U. I have it here. I really want to get the Mario Party All-Stars on Switch because I hear that one of them, I think one of the maps from that one is on this, one of the maps from this one is on that one. So we all remember this, and this was a very awesome game growing up, and I remember the commercials so much, but we have a copy of Super Smash Bros. Now, I remember when this came out, like I said, the commercial was amazing, made us all laugh, and I remember sitting there one Christmas with my cousins and playing this for hours, just trying to beat hand, trying to unlock all the characters, and I remember us getting Captain Falcon, and it was just like, yeah, we were all just playing a Falcon Punch all the time. And then, yeah, this is just an amazing game, and it really spruced it up. And then we show it later on where Super Smash Bros. Melee came out, and then it just kept going. And then we don't really, the Wii 1 Brawl was not very good in my opinion, but then they really upped the game, and when they came back out with Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Wii U and the Switch. But I love this game. It has so many great memories of it. And then let's see here. So I have two different copies of Ocarina of Time. One is like your special collector's edition one, which is this nice gold cart. I think this is almost like a, what do they call it, like a player's choice or greatest hits. So Ocarina of Time was such a huge, awesome, amazing game. Once again, probably one of my favorite Zelda game of all time, and I still have not beat it yet. I really need to sit down and freaking get to it, but from watching the ending and stuff from other people playing it and stuff like that, I had to get both these copies. And at one point I was considering selling one to help my collection, but I'm going to keep both of these copies. And you can't have Ocarina of Time and stuff without having Majora's Mask. So once again, I got one of the nice cool hologram copies of Majora's Mask. And I have not really played too much of it. And I know that growing up we didn't really play too much because I think my one buddy had it, but I think this, you have to have the expansion pack to actually play this, and like with Perfect Dark and stuff like that, if you did not have the expansion pack you couldn't fully play the game. So I played it once a little bit on emulator, and I've really been wanting to sit down sometime and play it because I have the GameCube collection of Zelda, which I can actually use the GameCube controller to play, which will make it a lot easier to play. And now lastly, guys, once again, out of that huge lot of video games I bought, this was the surprise hit there. We have a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Really don't have too much to say about this game because I've actually never sat down and played it. Now I did play a little bit of I think the remake or the port of it to Xbox, Conker's Reloaded. But I know it's an expensive game, and it's very, the price of it has just been going up. It's just absolutely insane. And to think that a game like this could have been released through Nintendo, who had a history of kiddie games and stuff like that, and you actually see, I think I buried it somewhere in here, you actually see Conker appear for the first time in Diddy Kong Racing. He's one of the racers, and he's later introduced as this booze drinking, swearing squirrel, and it's insane. So, alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, please comment below, what is your favorite Turok video game? And do you like the ones on the N64, or have you played the newer ones? And also comment below what you guys think of my small but pretty good N64 collection. Great titles, and I hope to actually display them a lot better by picking up more of these. Like I said, I have a bunch from Etsy on the way, and I will, when those show up, I'll actually show you guys those so you can see what they look like. So thank you guys for watching today. As always, stay retro, my friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.